So you had mentioned that you wanted to do some inner child work. Tell me a little bit about what you'd like today.
Well, I did some work on soul retrieval, and what we retrieved was a 10-year-old child that I was mad and upset. And I suspect there's still some parts of my child that is still mad and upset because I had real problems with my dad when I was a child. You know, if not, that I didn't even like him, you know, and I thought he didn't like me either.
Why didn't you like your dad?
He was very strict with me, and he didn't seem to like me. So I didn't feel close to him at all. That was basically the most thing. Like, I even remember not wanting to hold his hand when I crossed the street.
Was that because you were angry or afraid, or?
Both angry and afraid, yeah.
What were you afraid of?
Of his disapproval of me.
Okay. Okay. So how do you think that's affected you?
Well, my entire life I've been looking to be approved. And I'm very insecure about love. And my relationships to men have always been bad. And in fact, as I see the difference with my daughter, because my daughter grew up being loved and accepted and told all the time very positive things. She has just like been very, you know, happy. And her relationships have been maybe not the happiest, but she has always taken a high stand, you know, taking care of herself and being very sure of herself. So I've been, most of my adult life, as a woman, just lately, I think in the last, and I'm 67 now, so in the last 20 years, when I was in my late 40s, that I more assured, but because I did a lot of inner work. And I continue to do so because I still feel once in a while that pangs of depression and like I want to be forgiven, you know, something like that.
Something you feel guilty about.
Yeah, I always feel a little bit guilty about something, and you know, I don't want to upset anybody, you know, I don't want to.
Okay. So have you done other ages with your inner child work? I mean, different ages? Have you worked with your smaller, younger than 10-year-old?
No,
or any older? No?
Maybe when I was here being trained, I don't remember if we did.
Okay.
We might have done.
Okay. Have you got an inner family intact, an inner mother and inner father from doing the hypnosis around creating an inner family?
I think so, yeah.
Have you got a higher self intact that you could work with?
My higher, yeah. I
Power
work
animal?
a lot with my higher self.
Good. Okay, so the reason I'm asking is because to do inner child work, I want to make sure that you feel comfortable with your inner resources, because the healing all comes from within you.
Yeah.
And you've got to have a way to support that child self.
Yeah.
So we'll use whatever you decide of any of those alternatives today.
Okay.
So in your soul retrieval work, is this something you did for yourself or something a shaman did for you?
It was in my shamanic class,
Okay.
training class.
So did
so
it
it was
come up-
somebody else.
Someone else is doing it for you and
Yes.
talk to you about your
Yes.
10-year-old self.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So do you want to go back maybe and look at something specific about the anger or maybe about the guilt to see where that goes? Something that's really active for you now?
Anger and guilt, because
Okay.
actually that afternoon after I had the soul retrieval, I was really very sad and I burst out in tears, you know. It was good because I was in a safe environment. I was surrounded by friends and they took care of me.
Good.
But I was like, oh.
Kind of raw from it.
Yeah, very raw
So something
from
got
it.
really
Yeah.
triggered and activated for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess our goal today then will be to find out where this guilt and this anger comes from, and you think it's particularly related to your dad, but it may go somewhere else, so that you can feel more safe more seen, more accepted, and release whatever this guilt that you've been carrying is about, even if it's real. Maybe it's not even real. Maybe it's projected onto you. And as we work, whatever you need, just tell me. If you need to go slower or faster, or if you need more instructions to do something that you want to do that I'm not giving you help with, just let me know, because I want to follow your process. I'm going to stay out of it as much as I can, but really listen and really support you where you're going and where you need to go. So just speak up on your own behalf. Okay?
Sure.
So we're going to do some regression work today to the inner child.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So are there any questions that you've got before we jump in?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask your higher self to be here in support of you every step of the way. And if you have a need for your inner mother or inner father that you've already hypnotically created for yourself, we can ask that they're here present for you as well. And since you work with the shamanic practices, we can also ask your power animal to be on alert for you today, just in case you need it. So with your resources acknowledged and invoked, just take a minute to take a few deep breaths. And you can think about the day of your soul retrieval experience, how raw you felt, how you burst into tears, and that insecurity that you describe feeling as an adult woman. And that sense that on some level there's some guilt that you're carrying, not even sure what it's about, and anger. And feeling like your dad doesn't accept you. So all those things that you shared, somewhere in your body you begin to feel them. They begin to communicate to you. So as you focus on these experiences, where does your body hold them?
Oh, it's in the stomach area.
What are you feeling?
Heart, and it's between heart and stomach.
Yeah. What
A
are you
lot of tension here.
tension?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you could put a word on the emotion or emotions that are connected to that tension, what would the emotion be?
Fear.
Fear. And if you could give a voice to that fear and let it speak out in words, what would it want to say?
I want to be out.
I want to be out. Okay, so just go with those words. I want to be out. All that tension and fear. I want to be out. And as I count now from 1 to 10, all you need to do is focus on those words. I want to be out. The tension that you feel between your heart and your stomach. And the emotion of fear. And as I count, they'll be stronger and stronger as they bridge you back through time and space, as far back as you need to go to the source. 1, I want to be out. 2, 3, moving back through time. 4, your higher self guiding you. 5, way back. 6, back to the source. 7, 8, I want to be out. 9, and 10. You're in another time and another place. Letting all of your senses come into play now. What are you aware of? What's coming up? First thing that comes to mind.
Well, it's myself as a young child,
Okay, how old are you?
about 5.
5. Okay, are you seeing yourself or are you in the body of the child?
I'm seeing myself.
Okay, step into the body. Step into the body and allow yourself to experience being this younger child. Where are you right now?
Oh, I'm sitting at the doorsteps of my house, and I'm very upset and angry.
What's happened? What's happened that you're so upset and angry?
Well, my dad was yelling at me
What was he yelling?
because he said he's cleaning the house, and I started laughing. I thought it was funny, and I didn't see anything wrong about it, and he was very upset, and he threw me out of the house. He said, "Get away from me." And I just want to go away. I just want to disappear. I don't want to stay here in this house. But I'm too little to go out in the street by myself.
And even at this age, you have an awareness of that you're too little to go out by yourself?
Yeah, because I'm afraid to go out. You know, I know that there are cars in the street. This is an area that is underdeveloped. So there can be, bad people who can
Yes.
take me away. And so I am torn in between staying here really mad, really mad.
And where's your mother or the rest of your family right now?